What's up, YouTube? Welcome to More Trades. Today is an interesting day because I have a couple of things I would like to share. Bitcoin is in a diamond formation, as you can see. We have a white diamond over here, and previously, historically, Bitcoin has, in most cases, reversed from this pattern. But however, you have to consider the environment we're in. And what is Bitcoin doing? It's been moving impulsively for the past 3-4 days. So that we need to consider. But this pattern has played out so many times. In addition, we are in a parallel channel. As you can see, we wicked above it and we came back in. And we are still underneath a fib channel. We wicked above it about an hour ago and we came back in. So what I'm trying to say is that just be cautious. We may have another pull to the downside. A pull to the downside is welcomed. How far could we go? I would like it to go as far as the 50 EMA, which is at 23,465, a retest, confirmation of the previous resistance turned into support, and go further up. That would be a good confirmation that this pump has confirmed support. In addition, we had a resistance earlier when we were down here. That wouldn't be bad if Bitcoin come all the way down and still be capable of moving up. We are in a macro bear trend, but you can trade it either way, to the upside or to the downside. I have a couple of things I want to show, some tricks you could use in your trading to help beginners especially. That maybe some of you aren't aware of, and they're on smaller time frames. So stick around. I'll let you know about them in the end of the video. And if you haven't already, please smash the likes and click the notifications and subscribe to the channel. We can see that Bitcoin, after this this pump that we had, has consolidated. We did it over here, but this consolidation is slightly different. If we break out of this diamond pattern, which if you were here an hour ago, looking at the charts an hour ago, it looked so bullish, like that's it, we're going above 24,100. What's next? 24,500, 24,700. So you need to be aware that Bitcoin does it a lot, fake outs. And if we go back in the charts, we'll see that maybe I can find somewhere that Bitcoin has done this before. Diamond patterns and broken down. A diamond pattern, essentially what happened is we pump. It can happen either direction, and it's a reversal pattern mostly. You go in one direction, then you go a bit lower, then you wick on the same direction, then you wick to the other direction, and you do the same, and you start cramping up, curling up, and you form the diamond formation. Then you could break down. So we could have a temporary breakdown. This is sort of a diamond pattern, but it's not a perfect one. But as you can see, the diamond pattern, or the Bart Simpson head, as you can see, it looks like a Bart Simpson head. A lot of times plays out, lets you know that a dump could be incoming, but we'll find out. Two things I would like to share with you guys here. It's a very useful indicator I found in TradingView. It's called liquidation levels. You could find it even if you have the free version of TradingView. You could still use it. Liquidation levels by mlapplications.com. So you take that indicator, and it works better on smaller time frames, I believe. Turn it on. Looks a bit messy. You go into the settings. You have to set the settings, the inputs, the give a limit threshold, millions of dollar. You put it at 0.01. Okay, so to show you the orders that are at $0.01 million and above. and then you could choose to switch on or switch off this part. Okay, if you switch it off, it will be a cleaner chart. You just see bubbles. If you switch it on, then you'll see next to it, it mentions the values of the amount of trades or liquidation levels. What's the values? This is taken on different several exchanges, and it's updated, I think, live. I mean, it's updated every second. But what it tells you that you could change the colors if you want. You have the 100x traders, the 50x, and the 25x traders, and this is for shorts, and you have for longs. You could customize the colors according to what you want. And then if you go in here, you will notice that some of them are crossed out. That means the liquidity has been taken. But when you go to other points, sorry, the cross doesn't mean liquidity has been taken. It's just letting you know this is the level. When liquidity is taken, there will be no numbers next to it, no digits next to it. It doesn't mention 100x or how many millions of dollars. So how does this help you? This helps you to know how the market maker is trading, or how does the market maker function. Basically, he's a liquidity hunter. He's fishing for liquidity. At the moment, at this big wick, you get $0.54 million worth of longs at 100x. 100x traders are always liquidated first because their stop losses are very tight because they're on high leverage. Unlike the 50x shorts, you'll find them higher, and if you go higher, you'll find the 25x shorts. The liquidation levels are so far away because they don't use much of leverage. And if you go down, you will find the same thing for the longs. So market makers search for liquidity. So if you look at this chart and you try to analyze and think, okay, to the downside, I have 2.3 million worth of short longs. I have 0.76, 2.36 million at 50x. 100x traders are just down here. So there's a big chance that they may come down. Then you compare it with the short liquidations, 3.22 million. 3.22 million at this wick, which we were so close to taking, but we didn't. 0.7 million. So the shorts are right here. There's liquidity at this level of 24,137. We went up as high as 23,859 on this wick. So we were very close to taking that liquidity, and we pulled back. We could come back up to take these 100x traders at 24,012. That liquidity just disappeared. That means people closed their positions, afraid of getting liquidated, people or person. We don't know. So at this point, there's no liquidity. But if the candle comes up, it will be coming for these liquidation points, or even this 24,137. So that's an important indicator to have on your charts, just so you can think like a market maker and be ahead of the game, so you don't get liquidated like retail traders. That's one indication. Another trading technique I would like to introduce you to is using EMAs. You could use these EMAs, the 20, 50, 100, and the 200 EMA, but I usually use this indicator that has the 8, 13, 21, and 55. On the 15-minute time frame, I like using them. That's a sweet spot. That's where the moves get developed. They get developed on the 1 minute, but the 1 minute is too volatile and too crazy for me. And use it with the stochastic RSI. So what happens is, you see, at this point is where I took my short. I came in, I took a short. Why? For starters, we hit the resistance line formed by the diamond pattern. That's one. We had the stochastic RSI curling down. That means whenever you see the stochastic RSI, this is an indicator I would like you to use. It's very useful. Whenever you see the stochastic RSI being overbought or oversold, there's usually a reversal. So here we had stochastic RSI overbought. and we topped out and we started going down. We go down. Once you start seeing it oversold at the bottom, then you could come out of your short trade, or you could wait till it curls up. That could be too late. As you see, the move gets developed, then that curls up. But once you see yourself breaking the bottom and you're oversold, then that's a good idea to come out of your short trade and wait for your long setup. And you could keep doing this. This is a scalping technique. Very simple. You don't have to make trading complicated at all. You could make a lot of money by just doing that. You could do $10 here, $10 here, and you compound your profits. You could even put in $100. Depends on your risk tolerance. But yeah, my opinion of Bitcoin at the moment, if we break out to the upside, so I'll give you a few targets. The top of the channel, as you see, is 24,220. So that's your first level of resistance. Other than these fib channels that at the moment is at 23,936. That's the first channel. The next one is up at around, depending when we hit, because these are descending, the value changes. But if it was just right now, it would be at 24,465, 24,300, 24,3 to 24,4. If we break the top of this channel, if we break it to the upside, a realistic target could be the 25,000 range. Another measured move of this, I'll switch off the indicators now so we could see the levels. Other than that of the channel, the width of the channel, we could have the bull flag pole, and we could put it here and say, okay, this is our first breakout over here, so we could measure it from here. We could go as high as 25,271. And once we get here, if we start consolidating, then you could start measuring your flagpole again. Bull flags and bear flags don't always play out. As you know that we are in the macro, we are in a massive bear flag. If you didn't notice, we are in a massive bear flag. I'll go on the 4-hourly. This isn't the bear flag, this is just a channel, but the bear flag starts from here. This is my bear flag. That's and we haven't tested the top of the bear flag, I believe. The bottom of the bear flag could be this point, and you draw a trend line. I'm just drawing it roughly. It's not perfect, but yeah. And that's your bear flag. At any point you break out of it, you'll be breaking obviously to the downside, and that's a big flagpole. If you take it just from here to the bottom and you put it at the breakout, if you say you broke out here, you could go as low as 7,000, I believe, 9,000. So that's one view you could look at it. So basically Bitcoin is stuck between fib channels. It's consolidating, preparing for a move. Let's look at another indicator that could tell us if volatility is incoming very soon or still. ATR on the 1 hour is still high, I believe, 284. Once it gets down to the 190, 160, that's a good level. Stochastic RSI on the 4-hourly is bearish. We have a double top. That's an M formation. That's not good. Usually when we have the M formation, we would dump, but as you can see, sometimes it's a false indication. Sometimes it plays out. You have a double top, you fall, you have a double top, you dump. Over here you had a double top, you pumped some more, then you started dumping. Sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't, but it tells you the relative strength of the asset. On the 1 hour, let's look at the 1 hour. We're having double tops, double bottoms. That is a good sign of buying or not buying. Here we had a double top, a double bottom, sorry. 1, 2, so we were expecting a pump, but it failed out. So probably we'll come down and form another double bottom and go up. We could do something like this and go up and then form a double top. On the 30-minute time frame, no, we're not forming double tops or double bottoms, but stochastic is crossing down. Let's go as low as the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, we're moving up on the stochastic RSI. On the 15-minute, we're still down. We didn't start curling up. So those are 2 tools I would like you to be aware of. They will help you in your trading. It's a simple tool, stochastic RSI, to enter into trade. I simply entered on stochastic RSI and that I had the fib channels. But if I entered on stochastic blindly, I could have gotten wrecked, but I could have made it. Look at that. Over here, you wouldn't have made it a good one. You would just come down and then you'd see the curl up. You would come out of your trade. Once you see the curl up or the up cross or the bullish cross, you get out of your trade. Over here, you had a top, you had divergence, you had higher high on price action, lower high on stochastic. That's bearish divergence. That's an indication that you'd be going down. You went down a bit. Stochastic went extremely oversold, though you had a small move. You double bottomed on this and you came here. You didn't get overbought. So you had also higher highs in price action again, lower highs in stochastic. That's bearish divergence. You broke down slightly. Then over here, you had a high and a higher high, same thing in the price action. Yeah, basically, you could play it that way: stochastic RSI, EMAs, fib channels, and the diamond pattern. Thanks for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like, subscribe, put your comments, and share the videos. It helps the channel a lot, gets the channel out there, and all these free trade setups that I'm giving you and indicators.